As you know, there are so many questions that need to be answered in the wake of yesterday's mid-air collision between a passenger jet and a Black Hawk helicopter.
Yeah, but joining us right now to share some insight is Henry Harteveldt, president of the Atmosphere Research Group and an aviation industry analyst. Henry, thank you so much for being here with us. So first up, we know you've seen the press conferences, you've seen the video of last night's disaster, you've also seen some of the wreckage. What is your understanding of what may have transpired?
Well, it appears that the helicopter may have been given an order to fly behind the PSA regional jet, the American Eagle jet, but clearly did not see the correct airplane and struck the PSA jet. It was a terrible accident, and it just illustrates how we need to re-examine the procedures and processes in place for training flights, which certainly may be necessary, but do they have to take place so close to Washington Reagan National Airport at night when visibility is reduced? I think we're going to see a lot of changes come out from this tragedy. The upside to that is it should result in much safer skies.
Now at Fort Belvoir, where that Black Hawk helicopter originated, I do want to ask you, though, about the controller staffing issues and whether that may have contributed in some way. There's been a lot of speculation. Obviously, the president did some speculating. Lots of people are doing speculating. We're hearing that the tower at DCA may have been understaffed last night, but then we saw something earlier today that perhaps it was at normal staffing. Can you give us some context about controllers, the role they play, and what we know about their role and what transpired yesterday?
Sure. Look, air traffic controllers are one of the key reasons why air safety is so good in the United States. And they are the ears and eyes for the skies to help pilots navigate safely, whether they are in flying or landing or taking off. It appears that there may have been a shortage of controllers last night. That may be the typical number who are on duty, but it appears that they are understaffed for whatever reason at DCA. And this is not unusual, by the way. We know that in New York City, in the metro area, they are so understaffed there, they've had to ask airlines to cut the number of flights. We have a growing number of commercial, general aviation, and military flights, and that number is going to grow even larger when electric-powered air taxis start to fly, possibly later this year. We don't have enough air traffic controllers now, and something I'm very concerned about. I understand some air traffic controllers receive those emails from the federal government saying that if they want to resign early and collect pay through September 30th, they may. We need to keep our air traffic controllers. We need to hire more, and the FAA has to step up recruitment, not thin out the ranks of air traffic controllers, because otherwise we're waiting for another disaster like this to happen.
Yeah, that's clear. We've had these close calls before, especially last year when we had these close calls at Reagan National Airport because they were short-staffed. You were about to say something about that?
Correct. And in fact, there's been roughly a 25% increase based on FAA data in the number of possible ground incursions, misses, of these ground incursions on the grounds of airports between 2013 and 2023, which was the latest data available.
All right. Henry Harteveldt, thank you so much for your insight tonight. We appreciate it.
We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.